My 5,000 euro house has turned into a massive community project. The house itself only has 3 rooms. The basement, first floor, top floor. But they're all only about 14 square meters. That's why I had the idea to bring the excavator up behind the house and flatten out this section for a new 34 square meter terrace. I wanted a concrete floor, but that just wasn't possible. So we drilled 15 holes that were going to hold underground concrete pillars. Those pillars would hold up a wooden deck. But the manpower to pour all of that concrete by hand was going to be immense. So early in the morning, I got 6 neighbors together to get the job done. Nice chair. The plan was simple, but wasn't going to be easy. Just wheelbarrow over the mixed concrete to a hole and pour it in. Do that over and over again. After 2 wheelbarrows of concrete, it still looks just as deep as before. Yeah, this is gonna take all day. Luckily, we developed a good system. Igor and Ivana on the concrete mixer, Kresho and his son-in-law Martin on concrete transport, and Mladen and Patrick making sure that the concrete was level and even. You see, the concrete pillars needed to come just a little bit above the ground so the deck would be floating a bit. You definitely wouldn't want wooden planks just sitting in the dirt. It was important to me to get this section done as quickly as possible because I have all of these people coming up here all of the time and there's no place for any of them to hang out. This is going to be an excellent place to have a barbecue. That takes a lot of arm strength. Eventually, we ran out of gravel and had to make a trip down below to get more. When I was down, a new team of workers had arrived to set up scaffolding on the house. These are the guys who are going to do the facade. Unfortunately, I had not planned that out so well, and there was no way to get the scaffolding up the hill. They came up the hill to assess, and now we have a perfect game plan for when they come back. You'll be back. We got right back to work, and then disaster struck. The cement mixer broke. It has a bearing right in here, and it's toast. We need a new mixer. My neighbors told me not to worry and sent Ivana and I into town to go pick up food for everyone. I was gone for about 30 minutes, and when I came back up the trail, there was a new cement mixer. Of course, they called a neighbor I do not know and have never met, and he gave us his cement mixer right away to use. At this point, the sun was high in the sky and there wasn't much shade, so we went into the cellar, made a makeshift table, and had lunch. It wasn't the best of conditions, and we were all exhausted, but I think we still had a pretty nice time. Then it was back to work. This was the final stretch. We had to push through the heat for just a little bit longer, pour a few more wheelbarrows, measure just a bit more, and finally, the last one. And they're all done. You can just imagine what it's going to look like when the wood is on top of them. I would do absolutely anything for these people. It's going to be epic. Follow this page to see what happens next.